Lagniappe Peak Vineyards.
Lagniappe Peak. Am I saying that right?
Yep, perfect. Good job. Not everybody gets it on the first try.
I'll forget in 2 minutes.
Okay. So Lagniappe is a Creole word. My family's originally from New Orleans, and Lagniappe means the blessing of something extra. So it means the extra donut that you get in your box. Some people would call it a baker's dozen, but we call it a little something extra. And in this case, we like to think that it is part of the love that we put into every bottle. Also, this was my father's passion project that he adopted after his retirement. And so it really was the Lagniappe at the end of his hard work. Some people immediately know what it is, and some people have to learn. But it's a hard one to pronounce. I say just think of my father and his love of his land, and my mother constantly yapping in his ear. He retired let me go back a little bit. For my dad's 50th birthday, what do you get the man who has everything? My mom and I, and he's my husband now, went in and bought him a barrel of wine to make at a facility. It was called Crush Pad. You go in, he picks where he wants his grapes from, they source everything, and then you go in and you actually blend and decide on the wine that you want to make, and they hook you up with a winemaker. So we gave that to my dad for his birthday, and it was something that like a lot of corporations did for like team building, and then everybody gets a bottle of wine, but my dad took it so seriously, and he researched all the different, places where the grapes were coming from, and he just loved it. And so that's what really gave him the idea of, oh my God, I could make wine. And so that's where he actually met our winemaker, Kian Tabakli, who was the winemaker that they just randomly assigned to us. So he absolutely loved it. So he then went forward and made 3 barrels over the one that we had originally gotten for him. And he named it Toasting Bear. My daughter calls my father Bear. That's his grandpa name. And so he called it Toasting Bear. And that was just for, friends and family. And he wasn't selling it. And then when he retired for good at the age of 55, he decided that he was going to make wine. They had told him when my parents bought their property up on Atlas Peak, they said, there's no way you can, the property is basically rock. We're high up on a cliff, and they said you can't grow grapes here. And the one thing to get my father to do something is to tell him that he can't. And so he took volcanic ash and rock and grew beautiful, beautiful grapes. Malbec, Merlot, a little Syrah, and a little Cab. Because he just wanted to grow what he drank, what he liked to drink. And, the vines are stressed. But that makes them really hardy and beautiful and lush. My dad used to say that our vines are so stressed they need weekly counseling, therapy. Yeah. And then from that, Lagniappe Peak was born. He was an accountant.
Really? Oh. Very typical winemaker.
He was an accountant, and then he went into internal auditing. So he worked for Charles Schwab, which is what brought him to the Bay Area. He lived his life to the fullest every single day. He was doing what he loved. He was where he loved, and he left us an amazing legacy.